Hey everyone, it is your favorite CEO, Miss Flo, and welcome to another episode of Near Mike where the conversation just glows. I'm very excited for our guest today because he is a part of Blerd Station. One of his animations is coming to the streaming platform. If you could go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. How are you? My name is Rich. I am the CEO of Creative Theory World on the music production side of the house and the film production side, where we do animation, comics, and whatever may have you. So, yeah, that's me.
And I have to say, taking a look at some of the trailers and the snippets of your animation, it is just absolutely gorgeous. Like
Mm.
I just got so excited just to see some of it. But I do want to speak a little bit about your trip because you were away for a while. How was your trip?
It was good. I wouldn't really say it was a trip so much, but yeah, I've been gone for like 7 years. This is the first time I've been home for real, in 7 years. Like the room you see here, this is my childhood room, which feels so weird to be in.
Well, I'm glad you're back home. 7 years. Where were you for 7 years?
Yeah. So when I left initially, I went to work in Afghanistan. And when they closed the base there, I went to Iraq. I did that because I knew I needed some type of capital to start doing music initially. And then things just started evolving over time. But yeah, I went over there for that to get money. And yeah, this is where we're at right now.
Wow. I mean, wait,
Hmm.
were you in the service or is this something outside?
No, I was doing contracting, civilian contracting, working
Oh,
with alongside with the military.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's so cool. All right. Well, one, welcome back home. How's it been for you since coming back?
It's been different. I mean, really Rip Van Winkle type, But on a serious note, I've been going to therapy, because it's it's a change, trying to get back to here and when I was in the Philippines and moving around, regular life type. But yeah, it's good. Being, you know, preoccupied with everything that I'm doing, that's helping as well.
All right, that's good. That's good to hear. Now, since you like been away for like 7 years, you still managed to produce some heavy hitter animation. Um, we have Rule 56. And Aisha, how do you manage to do like top tier level animation while also still doing contracting?
So I work 12 hours a day every day. Well, I did, and I worked the extra eight. That's on with music and dealing with what you said, like with the animation. So we'll set up days. A lot of times it was on Sunday, and we'll just do a Zoom meeting, and we'll just talk about everything. Just go through the storyboards and whatever the case may be, whatever we have, any ideas, and we just start talking about it until we can get it to a point to where it makes sense, and then they'll start doing their thing.
That's dedication right there. Just no sleep, work,
Mm.
animation, storyboards, music. Like that is like I applaud you on that because it's not easy to produce a story. You're creating several different worlds, and then to see the animation as it is, like it like I would have to say it has to be like almost shonen esque. You know what I mean? Type that to get to that point.
Well, I mean, it is shonen. It is. I mean, the guys that are doing the animation worked on Dragon Ball. I mean, they worked
Really?
for Toei. Yeah, like this is this is anime. This is like Japanese anime. A lot of people really can't fathom it so much because it's a new idea. Now, I'm not the Boondocks. Yeah, they did that. They did it first. But as far as having animators that actually worked on things that you're familiar with, these are the guys that I'm working with. So it's very profound in what I'm trying to cultivate here. You see?
I'm gagged. Like the fact that you are working with these legendary companies and just bringing your story to life. Like, oh my god. But let's go
Hmm.
ahead and start talking about some of your shows here because the first one that I saw, how I was introduced to you, was Aisha, and my first introduction to anime was Sailor Moon, and just watching it was like very that magical girl anime, and I just want to like know like how were you able to come up with this story?
Well, first, what I wanted to do while I was overseas and I worked over there, I wanted to take the opportunity to visit a plethora of countries first before I even wanted to devil in or dive into any type of cultural based uh, subject matters. So I was in Kenya for a while and learned a lot, made a lot of good friends out there and went to Nigeria as well. And it was, how can I say, it made sense to make this particular anime because I went over there and actually like was in the culture. So I just wanted to make something because a lot of people that's what they want. They want something from Africa, even though I'm not from Africa. But I wanted to make sure I knew what was going on before I made it. So this story it takes place with a little girl who stumbles upon something. I'm not going to say what. Stumbles upon something where now she's tasked to find the Greek gods to get the powers back for the Orishas because the Greek gods they stole the powers from the Orishas. You see, so yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I'm trying right now, trying to find some African voice actors that are professional without having to cost so much. A lot of them are over here, but that's going to take time. That's going to take time. But yeah, as far as the development and everything, it's it's amazing. I love where it's going. I love the direction. I love where it's going.
And I'm glad that you're taking the time to make it more authentic. The fact that you
Hmm.
spend time in an African country and spending like just absorbing the space and the culture because a Black American experience is very different from the
Yeah.
African experience, and it's like you really have to spend time with the people, learn the language, eat the food, see the space, and just to integrate that into this animation. Like I'm already sold already. Like I can't wait till
Mm.
this comes out. What was your like? What was the kind of describe your time there? You said
It was a
Nigeria.
culture shock. Believe it or not, it was a culture shock. Like walking around and seeing billboards, seeing stores with just your face on it. Black people everywhere.
Right.
You see, and everybody's kind. Everybody's. I don't know where this notion that Africans don't like black people or whatever. I don't know where that narrative's coming from, but it was amazing. Now, I do have to admit, I didn't really take part of the food so much. I went to KFC, just went to something that I knew, so, but nah, it was amazing. I had a great time, had a wonderful time
Oh, it's good to hear. I think
there.
one
Hmm.
day, like, I wanted the chance to like to go because I have a passport, but with me teaching and doing this, I haven't really had the time to go. But I would like to visit. Like, what is some of the spots that you would recommend visiting?
Mombasa, go to Mombasa for sure. It
What's
is beautiful out. The beaches is beautiful out there. I didn't get a chance to do the safari or whatnot, but it is beautiful. That's in Kenya. That's in Kenya. Go to Kenya. It is, for one, everybody speaks English, and you're going to be felt like you're at home. Like I love Kenya. I love Kenya. And then they just recently have it too. If you're a Black American, you don't have to have a visa. You can just fly in there.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. I feel like a lot of people are hesitant to travel because they fear the language barrier. But it's just like
Hmm.
you'd be surprised like how many people like actually speak English. So there's no fear. Like
Yeah.
you can take time to go. Just get your passport,
Ah. Yeah.
get the experience, soak it in.
Yeah. I find it so amazing that a lot of people rather now. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to go through another like narrative or whatever, but a lot of people rather go to Japan, which I love Japan too.
Yeah.
But don't even think about going to Africa or anything like that. There's a lot of people who are creating African content who haven't even thought about going out there or talking to somebody from out there, you know? So it's just, like you said, keeping it authentic, you know? I'm just glad I had the chance to experience it. And I would suggest anybody, if you have the time and the money, to go out there, like you won't regret it. you know?
For sure. For sure.
Hmm.
That is like that's outstanding. Now you've been also busy because you don't stop at one animation. You have another one. You
Yeah.
have Rule 56, and
Hmm.
from the gist of it, what I've seen is about a black hockey team, and
Yeah.
I want to thank you for creating that because there's been that stereotype of black people don't play hockey. That's a white man's sport, despite the fact that there are black players. Like even over here in DC, we have like an all black team, like a youth hockey team that's at was it Fort Dupont?
Hmm.
Yeah, it's Fort Dupont. They've been having them for years. Like I had
Yeah.
classmates that done it, and I have like some students in the past, not my students, but students that go to high school that are on the hockey team, and it doesn't get talked about enough. And can you go into more detail? I think I gave you a bit of a reason why you created it, but if you could just explain like why you decided to create this animation.
I want to get into why I'm actually like doing this whole film production thing. And in the beginning, it was like everything, you want to make something cool, and that hasn't gone away. Have fun, make something cool. But as time has evolved, you start seeing the bigger picture and seeing that this thing is more than yourself, right? And what I've noticed is there's not enough diversity within blackness being spoken about, you see? And I wanted to take the opportunity to show every facet of blackness that I can, you say? And not only that, it's really to highlight the black creator, if that makes sense.
Right.
To make sure that the black creator is the centerpiece of everything that their subject matter, their content, or whatever the case may be. And the reason I say that, I've seen a lot of creators that have pretty much in a way kind of, I'm not going to say demean other people's content, but pretty much being like in a binary, that's wrong, that's right. You need to do it this way, you need to do it that way. If you're black, if you're black, you need to do it this way. You
Mm-hmm.
see, but we're black. Whatever we put our hands on, it's going to be black content regardless. You see, so getting back to what I'm saying, the reason why I wanted to go with the hockey rule 56, it gives me a perfect opportunity to jump from fantasy to go to something to where you can see the contributions that black people have made within hockey. You see, something that a lot of people don't even know about, and to still tell a story about the black culture. You see, and having to be any, how can I say, trying to come up with the best word because I know people are going to eat me alive if I'm not politically correct out here. But yeah, it's just a perfect opportunity for me to use blackness to be free to tell my individuality, my story of what blackness is, to be rooted in blackness but not restricted by my blackness.
Mm.
You see, if that makes sense.
No, what you were just saying is we're not a monolith. People think like this is just blackness is just mostly like hip hop culture, but it's a
Hmm.
wide spectrum that goes way deeper than,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? We're not just limited to football or basketball. We're also we are versatile in basically anything that we do. We have roots in tennis,
Exactly.
we have roots in golf, we have roots in hockey, as you were showing. So it's what you're doing is more so shattering the box. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like we're not trapped or confined in this one space. We're everywhere.
Exactly. Exactly. That's perfect. Exactly. Shaking up the group think to show what we actually can do. You see, we don't have to duplicate. We can elevate and
Exactly.
take this thing to where places that no one can have even imagine where it can go in this space of anime. So yeah, it's just a perfect opportunity to show those different facets of who we are in this medium. So yeah, Route 56 is the perfect outlet to show that.
It truly is. And
Mhm.
I would like to ask, how did you formulate your partnership with Blerd Station? Like, what made you want to sign on?
Well, like I said, for one, you see a lot of black creators who have something to say, and I love that. Uh, oh, Mr. Fury from Blur's Eye View, he hit me up and let me know what was going on. I seen a little bit here and there. I was like, okay, not too sure what it's about, you know. But yeah, we had a meeting with Kevin. We talked for hours, and I love the vision because it aligns with what I'm trying to do as well. And I said, man, look, we need to go ahead and just make something happen. Let's make something shake. You know, make a couple of animations or properties, IPs that can really do some damage for Blerd Station, like really bring some numbers to it. So yeah, right now we have Isha and we have a Tasha, which is going to be a spinoff from the Broken Beat Fourth Bringers that I had on YouTube.
Oh, nice. And then
Yeah,
just like I just appreciate you just showing black women as
yeah,
heroes and then be at the forefront. We honestly like I think I kind of spoke about this a little bit because we don't have enough or the black women action heroes. It's just not enough of them. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
the ones that are in the action scene, they don't get the recognition that they deserve. So just to
Hmm.
see more black women heroes at like different ages, whether it's a little girl or like a grown woman, like that's powerful. Like
Yeah,
I just imagine like younger me just like glued to the TV watching this because she looks like me, you know,
exactly.
and that truly means a lot.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. I think I'm the oldest, and I think about my younger sister when we were younger and the things that she was watching. I see my goddaughters and the things that they're watching. It's like we need to have something out there that they can look up to, you know. And that still again, them seeing that it betters the black culture for them when they're growing up in their mindset. You see?
There isn't enough positive representation,
Yep.
and for you to kind of take on this large responsibility and to just elevate the the viewer's consciousness with your work
Hmm.
is just something that should be applauded. But you're not just
Yeah.
limited to animation. You also spoke that you were also in the music scene.
Yeah.
Tell me
Yeah.
about
That's
the music that you're creating.
so that's where my passion really is. I'm not sure if you know who the foreign exchange are, little brother, Fonte, Nicolay, all these people. I'm actually doing music with them. We got some stuff out now, Grammy nominated. Uh, both of them not Grammy nominated.
Oh
Also working
wow!
with Magneto 7. He's going to be doing the soundtrack for Rule 56. He's a Grammy nominated, not Grammy nominated, he's a Grammy winner. So
Oh,
yeah, so when I say I'm doing music, I'm actually doing music. It's just not saying, oh, I'm on Fruity Loops. No, I'm actually out here trying to make something happen, like for real.
oh, that's dope. So, where are you within the music? Are you like the vocalist? Are you the
Hey,
producer?
I'm a vocalist, songwriter, producer.
Oh wow! So you had just like
Hmm.
putting all the hats on, making it happen.
Yeah, yeah.
That,
Only way to make it happen. Yeah.
that's impressive. Like I just can't imagine you doing all of this and also still maintaining that 12-hour job and just
Mhm.
traveling. Like, how do you like balance it all and just maintain your sanity for one?
Well, it's not easy. I can tell you that. Like I said, therapy, trying to get as much rest as I can when it's time to get rest. But I can tell everybody I have ADHD and it's a special power. It's a blessing and a curse, more a blessing. But yeah, when you want to do something, you're going to make it happen. It doesn't matter what it is, you're going to make it happen. So this right here is very important to me because I can see how it can, again, it can elevate black culture. It can really take the medium of anime to another speaking point that hasn't really been talked about before. You see?
That's just impressive. I have to give you your kudos because I, I'm a little speechless, but I can't really be speechless because it's a podcast. But
Hmm.
I just like I just fell in love with your work. It's absolutely
Hmm.
outstanding. I showed it to some of my students, former students, and their eyes just lit up. Like this is something
Really?
that they want to see. There's a beacon that's being called for content like this, but
Hmm.
Hollywood hasn't really clicked with them. Like this is the type of content that we want to see. Their understanding of Black culture is very limited,
Yeah,
and I just appreciate you just stepping into this role and providing the representation that we
yeah.
all are looking for sure. So,
Mhm.
like, what's next? Like, what's the next step in your animation or other projects?
Excuse me. So now, as of right now, now that I'm home, it's time to start marketing that I couldn't do like I could before, you know. So now we're gonna go out here and start spreading the word and let because there's a lot of people don't who don't know who I am, who we are, excuse me, who we are as an organization and what our mission statement is. So now we're gonna go out here and start again spreading the word. I do have more, I have a couple of movies that I'm writing right now. It's going to be music based. Uh, I'm partnering up soon with, I don't think I should say right now, but when the time comes, it's going to be amazing. Like I said, what we do, we innovate. We try to think outside the box. You know, that's what we say all the time. You know, move past the boxes. That's what we do, you know. But yeah, right now it's just marketing right now. Marketing and getting this thing out to where we can start getting people to invest.
All right. Well, I wish you the best of luck. Y'all heard it here first. He is part of Blerd Station. If you want to see his work, you gotta subscribe. 10.99 a month on blurredstation.com.
Yeah.
It's worth it. It's worth it. And then you also get money back. It's an investment, similar to Legion. So it's a win-win. You get representation.
It's
You get
It's
money.
crazy to me how everybody can get on M Legion, but like Blerd Station is hesitant. Like, come on, y'all. You
No,
got to.
it's just like I've seen the work where you're showcasing it. It's like you will not be disappointed at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So please sign up today. Okay, and thank you again so much for speaking with me. Again, like
Hmm.
we'll be in touch, and then whatever you post, I'm reposting for sure.
I appreciate that.
You know what I mean? So you see how you guys are glowing from that conversation? I know I am. All right, I'm gonna catch you guys on the next episode. I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Bye.